My name is Celeste Gonzalez, and this is my breast cancer story. I just go ahead and talk. I was 30 years old. Yeah, I actually found a lump in my breast back in April 2014. I was 30, and I found the lump in my breast, and the typical shower scene. And I rushed to my mom because I asked her, I'm like, hey, does this feel right? And that's when she was like, no, I think you need to check that out. And my body was so prone to cysts. I would always get ovarian cysts, so I just figured, well, it's just a cyst in my body, whatever. But it didn't turn out that way. It was doctors. I kept going to the doctors, and they would try to convince me that it was hormonal. And they're like, yeah, you're 30 years old. You're too young for a mammogram. Like, okay. They're like, well, we'll give you an ultrasound. I went in for the ultrasound, and they're like, yeah, it's only 2 centimeters. I mean, it's probably like a cyst, a nodule. They couldn't really see what it was. And so they recommended me that I go to a general surgeon. So I went with the general surgeon, and the general surgeon examined me, and he's like, oh, it's probably hormonal. And he's like, you're too young. You've never had a history of breast cancer anyway. And he's like, you'll be fine. Come back in 6 months. And I was just like, I just spent $100 on consultation so they can tell me to come back in 6 months. I'm like, something is not right. And over the months, I was working at an online publication, and I would work 10, 12-hour days, and I would feel my chest just throbbing. And I was like, something is definitely wrong. So I went back to the doctor, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not happy. There's something here that's just not right. I'm not happy. And he's like, well, we can order you another ultrasound to make you happy. I'm like, okay, we're not listening to me. So a friend of mine recommended that I go to the hospital where initially I ended up getting treatment, and it happened so quickly that it just happened to be October 3rd, and I went to the women's clinic where I got tested, and the doctor looked at me, and I looked at her. I'm like, I know this. Yeah, I know what's going on. You know what's going on. It's that pink elephant in the room. We all know it's there. We don't want to talk about it. And she asked me to stay for an ultrasound, and she did a mammogram on me, and she sat me down, and then she said, I just want to mentally prepare you. It's 99.9% cancer. And I looked at her dead in the face. I'm like, but I haven't even fucking lived yet. What is your, like, no. Like, this just can't happen. And after that, you feel everything. And what I mean by that, you just feel every single emotion all at once. You feel angry, and you feel scared, and you feel upset, and you want to cry, and you don't even know what to do first. So and people are talking to you, and you're just like, yes. And it's something inside of you becomes like, it goes into autopilot, and you don't really pay attention to your surroundings. All you can do is just listen to everything that's going on inside of you, and it becomes very, very chaotic. And so it was a very terrible day when I found out I had cancer.